now. Right?
Yeah.
Alright. Once again, you want to say Kal, Halayam, La, Alahayanawa, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rekah, Kodash, Brother Nagad, alongside Brother
Amaman.
we come together in the spirit of doing another small lesson called being led of the Spirit.
Can.
And you have to be led of the Spirit and to be living in the Spirit.
Can.
You know, and in this demonic kingdom there's a whole lot of wickedness going on. We knew that through the Spirit.
Can.
And but we want to put up with the flesh.
Can.
You understand? Again, double honor to the apostles of great ministry that do well. Salutation to all the brothers all over the world that pursue this truth.
Can.
You understand?
What you go be another red spot?
That is the recording.
You will come up with that?
Shh, the recording. Right, so give me Galatians 5.
Yes.
Verse 16.
This is Galatians 5 and verse 16.
Mm-hmm.
This I say then, walk in the Spirit,
Uh-huh.
and you shall not fulfill the lust of the flesh.
But the Lord says, he said, walk in the Spirit, that you may not fulfill the lust of the flesh. Right? I just work for a quick precept. I'm going to Romans 8. Romans 8. Yeah, Romans 8 verse 4 to 5. The book of Romans chapter 8 verse 4 to 5. That the righteousness of the law might be fulfilled in us, who walk not after the flesh but after the Spirit.
Yeah.
For they that are after the flesh do mind the things of the flesh. So what Paul is saying here, if you're after the flesh, you will start to mind the things that are in the flesh. You will get caught up in yourself too much. When you get caught up in yourself too much, you can't fulfill the gospel. The gospel becomes of none effect to you. And if the gospel becomes none effect to you, then the Lord will have to spew you out. And if the Lord spew you out, then there is no part of this anymore. Right? And we look at verse 5 in Romans 8. For they that are after the flesh do mind the things that are of the flesh. But they that are after the Spirit, the things of the Spirit. Verse 6. For to be carnally minded is death. And the Bible saying to be carnally minded is what? Is death. So now, if you enter this thing with a carnal mind, posting on how much thing you got in this carnal life here, you off guard. For our boast is in Mashiach. Paul said, if I boast, I boast in the Mashiach. I didn't boast of myself. And Paul said, I count my life as a prisoner of Yahushua HaMashiach. So he said to be carnally minded is death. But to be spiritually minded is life and peace. Excuse me. Because the carnal mind is enmity against Yahweh. The carnal minded man towards this word is enmity before the Lord. You understand? The Lord can't deal with a carnal minded man. Because all he's seeing is vain things. When you get caught up in your vain things, you cannot serve the Lord. You get caught up in your woman, you can't serve the Lord. Most of brothers, get emotional of the wife. You can't be emotional of the wife, Ak. Give that pussy a rest. Give that fucking woman a rest, Ak. And let the Spirit live. When we too much in the fucking flesh, we start to do the things. We gotta become carnal and complacent in the world. And we don't want to be complacent in the world. We are called by Yahweh Bashim Yahushua to be men before this world, and to be prophets and teachers and masters in this thing. Right, so verse 7 says to be carnally minded is death. Is enmity against Yahweh, for it is not subjected to the law of Yahweh. You see? Now when the Christians read these kind of scriptures, they think that Paul talking against the law. No. Paul saying the man who living after the flesh cannot comprehend anything that are spiritual. And the things that are spiritual will actually endorse the law.
Can.
But then when you cannot, you can't even keep the laws because you're
Can.
living all in your flesh, so the laws are going to become of non effect to you anymore.
Can.
So he said, for it is subjected to the law. For the law of God neither indeed can be. So then they that are in the flesh cannot please Yahweh.
Can.
The way he says, so then they that are walking in this flesh and not in the spirit cannot please the Lord.
Can.
So you need to get away from this fucking demonic kind of lifestyle and get into the spirit. Spend more time in the spirit.
Can.
When I spend more time too much, you know, like a difficult. Yahweh Bashimi Ashad to wake me up and reproof brother nigga and say, you too much in the fucking flesh.
Yeah.
You're not seeing this thing out for what it is. Right. Then I'm going to go to verse 9. But ye are not in the flesh. Who is ye? The hopeful elect.
Yeah.
He said, ye are not of the flesh.
Yeah.
Because we received the gospel which was led by the Spirit.
Can.
He said, ye are not of the flesh, but of the Spirit. And so be that the Spirit of Yahweh dwell in you.
Can.
Now, if any man have not the Spirit of Yahweh, of Hamashiach, he is none of his.
Can.
So this is a soul examination.
Can.
You're examining yourself and realizing, but if you don't have the Spirit of Yahweh Shimi Awashai, there's something wrong with me.
Can.
Then I need to cry out and say, Abba Father, have mercy on us.
Can.
Because I'm going backwards instead of forward. Verse 10. And if Yahweh Shai be in you, the body is dead, this sinful body is dead because of sin, but the Spirit is life because of righteousness. So you actually, every day we had to put this body to rest. By what? By crucifying it. How you crucify your body? By fasting and praying. By getting down to a lot of fasting and praying. And when you get down to a lot of fasting and praying, you crucify this flesh, because this flesh profit you nothing. So you want the Spirit to live out. We've seen chariots sighting, but we can't make contact with them because we're living too much in this flesh.
Can.
See, Elijah's body had what? Had power in it.
Can.
Elijah released, right? And that when they put the dead man upon his bones, the man sprung to life.
Yeah.
Why? Because he was in the spirit and not in the flesh.
Can.
That is the word of God.
Yeah.
Alright, so go back to Galatians.
Galatians, I have the 17 verse.
Right.
For the flesh lusted against the spirit.
For the flesh, what?
Lusted against the spirit.
Yeah, the Bible says for the flesh lusted against the spirit. Go ahead.
And the spirit against the flesh.
And the spirit against the flesh.
Go on again.
Two contrary. Go ahead, read.
Yeah. And these are contrary one to another.
And the Lord said these are contrary one to another because the spirit wants to have preeminence to take you to a higher level. But here's the flesh keeping you down. Into carnality, into sin. And most of the time we prone to sin because our bodies make up prone to sin. But it's subject to the law. So if it's subject to the law, then we have what you call a mind given to us that we should listen to the spirit and not the flesh. Go ahead.
Yeah. So that we cannot do the things that evil.
That Paul says that you cannot do the things that you would. You want to do things, but you cannot because of the lust of the flesh. I will get Romans.
I have Romans 7 and 15.
I get Romans chapter 8 verse 13. Hold on. Again, I'm going back to Romans chapter 8 verse 13. Right? For if we live after the flesh, ye shall die. But if ye through the Spirit be mortify the deeds of the body, ye shall live. So in other words, he said, if you live in the flesh, you will die. But if through the Spirit you mortify the deeds of the body, meaning to say you bring it under subjection, you're going to live. Too much chain buying is not right. Too much chain buying is right. Because we're not in our rest, so you can't be chain buying all the time and hardly into God's word. You off. Too much, you're being too much in yourself, too much spending time on what I need to do my car, or my brethren, or some woman you're dealing with. It's off, huh? This whole fucking thing is off. Let's live in the spirit. Verse 14. For as many as are led by the Spirit of Yahweh, they are the sons of Yahweh. I'll read that part again. For as many that are led by the Spirit of Yahweh, they are the sons of Yahweh. So if we're being led by the Spirit of Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushai, we are the sons of Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushai. If you're being led by the flesh, you are no longer the sons of Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushai, but you are children of the flesh. We are children of this world. And this world is enmity with Yahweh. You know the scripture, the friend of this world is what? Is enmity with the Lord. So go back to that.
Yeah, they're going to the 18 verse.
Yeah.
But if ye be led of the Spirit, ye were not under the law.
Meaning to say that the law don't hang death over you. Because long ago when you break the law, was straight death. Death hang over you.
God.
But he say if you're being led in the Spirit, he say if you're being led of the Spirit, you are not under the law. Meaning to say the law don't have a hangman over you. Because the Spirit is what take control now. Right. The Spirit, Yahweh Shai is the mediator between God and man. So the Spirit is what is taking care of you now. Read.
Ye are not under the law.
Yeah, it's not that you're not doing the things of the law. Automatically when you're in the Spirit, you will fulfill the law by doing the things of the law. Go ahead.
Right. The Spirit.
Verse 19.
Yeah, verse 99. Now the works of the flesh are manifested, which are adultery, fornication, uncleanness, lasciviousness.
So he said the works of the flesh are manifest, which are these. He said adultery, fornication, uncleanness, lasciviousness. All these spirits pack up inside your body and warring after the Spirit. Which is the true Spirit, which is the light, which is this gospel. Because this gospel, the Spirit of the Lord wants you to fulfill it. Wants you to be living in heavenly places in the Mashiach. But the reason why you're getting that fight for is because we put into the flesh. We put into adultery, fornication, uncleanness, lasciviousness. Well.
Right. Yes. Adultery, witchcraft.
Idolatry,
witchcraft, hatred.
A lot of hatred. A spirit of hatred. All because we living in the flesh and we full of the fucking self.
Yeah, hatred.
Well,
variance.
What?
Variance.
Variance means strong opposition. There's always been a strong opposition to authority, to righteousness. I talk about righteous authority. I talk about that brother who feel like he has some kind of thing up his sleeve for you know. I talking about righteousness, righteous order.
Right.
Go ahead.
Emulation.
What?
Emulation.
Emulations. Go ahead.
Wrath. Strife.
Saying up strife because it's all in the flesh. Read.
Sedition. Heresies. Heresies
is lies.
Yeah.
Heresies is lies. You understand? False doctrine, lies, giving to another seducing spirit that is not of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Spirit that is not of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. We call them seducing spirits. Because these spirits bring forth something called heresy. Well,
envying. Murderers.
Murderers go back physically and spiritually. Drunkenness. Maybe you drink a lot too much of fucking wine.
Yeah.
Maybe you like to drink too much of fucking wine. So you got to stop that fucking shit off, man.
Put it off, yeah.
Yeah, because too much of the flesh. As I say, everything is lawful but not expedient. Well.
Reveling.
Good.
Such like of which I tell you before.
Now Paul making this clear to the church, he say, and such like of which I tell you before, well,
as I have also told you in time past.
So which means he was repeating this in time past. It goes into reincarnation day.
Yeah.
Because he repeated in time past when he was around, maybe through the prophets.
And
Go ahead.
that they which do such things
He said that they which do such things, they which live after the flesh, well,
shall not inherit the kingdom of Yahweh.
shall not inherit what?
Shall not inherit the kingdom of Yahweh.
So let me go to Romans 13:13. Paul says, he said, they that do these things shall not inherit the kingdom of Yahweh. And it says, Romans 13:30, let us walk honestly as in the day, not in rioting and drunkenness, not in chambering, too much of fucking chambering, man. Man being fucking emotional over your wife. The Lord's gonna take away your fucking demonic wife from you when you're being fucking emotional. Because you're always in chambering. The Lord don't want you fucking chambering all the time. The Lord wants you in the spirit.
Yeah.
He said, let us walk honestly in the day. The day represent what? The gospel. The gospel represent what? The daylight. Not in writing, not in drunkenness, not in chambering and wantonness, not in strife and envying. But put on the Lord Yahushua Mashiach and make provisions for the flesh to fulfill and make not provision for the flesh to fulfill the lust thereof. So what Paul is actually doing is warning the church.
Right.
He said, put on the whole arm of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. He said to make not provision for the flesh, in case, because if you make provision for the flesh, you will fulfill the lust thereof. And if you fulfill the lust thereof, then Paul said, these things I tell you in time past shall no wise enter the kingdom of heaven. You're not inherited. And you will, as the Christians say, you'll be left behind.
Right.
Free.
Look, I have a little piece here.
Bring it out. Don't take Galatians.
No, go
ahead.
This is 1 Corinthians 6 and 9.
6, 9 to 10.
Yeah, 6, 9. Okay. Know ye not that the unrighteous shall not inherit the kingdom of Yahweh?
So an unrighteous man or your unrighteous doing, do you know that if you say in this truth and you're dealing unrighteously, do you not what?
Do you not know that know ye not that the unrighteous shall not inherit the kingdom of Yahweh?
The unrighteous shall not inherit the kingdom of Yahweh. Going back to the heathen nation, but also going back to two-thirds of our people, will not inherit the kingdom of Yahweh. Why? Because they're unrighteous. They have to wheel, and I was what we just say long time, they have to wheel and come again. The Israelites are talking about, but the heathens will not. So if you in this truth, or claim say in this truth, and dealing unrighteously with your brethren among you, then that spirit upon you is leading you to your demise. So in the name of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, I adjure that spirit, and I command you that you keep away from the flesh into the spirit. That is what I'm saying. That is what Brother Nagad is saying. Go ahead.
Right. Alright, let me get it. Be not deceived.
Be not what?
Be not deceived.
The Lord said, be not deceived. Because be deceived, what do you mean by be not deceived? Be not deceived in your own self, in your own self-will. You cannot be deceived. Read.
Fornicators. Neither fornicators nor idolaters. Nor adulterers. Nor effeminate.
No idolaters, not adulterers. No a man being effeminate, having an effeminate spirit, because when you're being emotional, you have a fucking effeminate spirit, and you God don't want emotional nigga around him. God want a strong nigga to make a soldier. When you look at the army, how they just make a soldier? They make a soldier through rigor.
Yes.
Through hard training.
Yeah.
Through total obedience.
And
he become a we call an ultimate soldier. Go ahead.
Yeah. No effeminate, no abusers of themselves with mankind.
Right.
A kind of nasty spirit, that's a dangerous spirit. No thieves, no covetous, no drunkard, no
Revelers or revilers.
uh,
Well,
no extortioners shall inherit the kingdom of Yahweh.
yeah, so revilers, extortioners, drunkards, and all the spirit that is put into the flesh, the Lord says, shall no wise enter into the kingdom of heaven, shall not inherit the kingdom of heaven. So go back to Galatians here.
Yeah, Galatians.
They will not. So you living too much in your flesh, you much into your fucking self. You gotta check yourself before you wreck your fucking self. And you can't blame your Hawabashim, your chef for wrecking yourself. You can't blame your elders or your teachers for doing that. It's all in you. You are your worst enemies. Where
But the fruit of the Spirit is love.
is what?
Is love,
Well,
joy, peace, long suffering.
long suffering. Brothers like to, some brothers read that and skip over that word long suffering. That's a big word in the play here. That is a long suffering. That the long suffering of our Lord Yahweh Shai Mashiach, like how we suffering long in this demonic kingdom for Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. What will happen now? When we overcome, a crown of life awaits us.
Yeah, son.
Well,
Long suffering, gentleness, goodness, and faith.
faith, well,
Right? Meekness,
meekness, because Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai was a very meek man.
God.
Well,
Temperance,
quick to anger, and the Lord to restrain and hold your temper.
God,
Be still and know that I am Yahweh.
God.
Go ahead.
Yeah. Against such, there is no law.
Yeah, he said, against such there is no law. Well,
And they that are Christ
they that are in Hamashiach, well,
have crucified the flesh with the affection and lust.
the Lord said, you who are in Christ, who are in the Hamashiach, have crucified this flesh and nailed it to the cross with him. And when he resurrects, you resurrect with him, becoming a new creature, born again in the spirit. Go ahead, Hank.
If we live in the Spirit,
If we what?
if we live in the Spirit, let us also walk in the Spirit.
Because yeah, how should I walk in the spirit? He live in the spirit and walk in the spirit. And somebody said that hard, that is not hard. I can do all things through Hamashiach, who strengthens me. Go ahead.
Let us not be desirous of vain glory, men like to boast of themselves.
I must stress on that. He said, let us not be desirous of vain glory. Some men just think for vain fucking glory.
Yeah. Showing
You're not
off.
just for a show off thing or for a ranking thing.
Rank.
It is not that.
You don't know more than
If your spirit on that, you got to check your fucking self.
Rank.
But in the God is no part of that. Neither do I teach my men in GMS prophetic vibration to be like that. We are here to execute and carry on Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai word to this world. To call the elect up and to curse out 2/3 of our people. That is the mission. So, he said, let us not be desirous of vain glory, provoking one another. Because when you are when you look seeking vain glory, what you doing with your next brother who's striving and fighting the good fight, you are provoking your brothers to anger. And if you provoke your brother to anger, you are sinning, because provocation is a sin. So right there you break the law. Right there you're breaking the law. Every day you have to check your fucking self. Every fucking day. Check yourself.
Yeah. Envying one another.
And envying one another. So, you know, brothers coming to the truth, never been born again. You know what it is to be born again? When you have all these spirits upon you, that Paul says shall not inherit the kingdom of heaven, and you envying your brother and looking at your brother long eye, you was never born a fucking again. You still a fucking nigga. So you like what how Yahweh Shai say when the king came in to see his guests, it's a man came in with outer wedding garment, and he thought he could slip in. And Yahweh Shai had to ask him, say, but friend, how come it's thou in the wedding without a wedding garment? You look fucking odd. And what he tell the servant to do, he said, take that man hand and foot and bind him and cast him into the hole of outer darkness. You don't want that for you. So check yourself before you wreck your fucking self, brother. And God saying that. Yeah, hold on. So give me Ephesians 2. Sorry, Ephesians chapter 3 verse 14. Ephesians chapter 3 verse 14. Chapter 3 verse 14. Yeah, this is a beautiful lesson, you know. It's walking in the spirit and not in the fucking flesh. You cannot be walking in the flesh. You gotta be walking in the spirit. So the title of this lesson is walking in the spirit, or being led of the spirit and not of the flesh. And I choose to do that because this way heavy on my heart. Go ahead.
For this cause I'll bow my knees unto the Father of our Lord Yahushua HaMashiach.
What Paul say here? He said, for this cause I bow my knees unto the Father, which is Yahweh, and of our Lord Yahushua HaMashiach. Well,
for whom the whole family in heaven and on earth is named.
So if all the families in heaven, which is all the angels in heaven, are named after him, then what name you think the elect will receive? What name do we have? What name are we called? We are called by his name, which is Yasha Allah. Yah means he, Shah means prince, and Allah is power. When you put it together, he's the prince of power. Then if you are called by that name, go ahead.
Yeah.
Verse 16.
Right, 16. That he will grant you, according to the riches of his glory, to be strengthened with the might by the Spirit in the inner man.
He said, Paul pleading for the church, he said, that the Lord strengthen you by his riches and glory, and strengthen with the might by his Spirit the inner man. Not the outer man, you know, the inner man. Because the outer man is the carnal man. The inner man is what being stifled. And if you let the inner man have preeminence over the outer man, that means you're letting the Spirit of the Lord have preeminence over the body, which means you will begin to walk in the Spirit. That the things of the flesh wouldn't bother you no more. You can't break down, so fuck, what with that? I'm still going to serve Yahweh Shemi Awashai. I didn't make no money 3-4 days. Fuck that, I'm still going to serve Yahweh Shemi Awashai. They can't get me. Go ahead, huh?
Right. That Christ may dwell in your heart.
Yeah, that Yahweh Shai may dwell in your heart, which is your mind. Yeah, and your wife bucking up against you. Yeah, the hell was with that. I go to serve Yahweh Shemi Awashai. Whether she come or she go, that had nothing to do with me anymore. I live in the Spirit. Go ahead.
By faith.
Right.
That he be
Rooted.
that he be being rooted and grounded in love.
That he being rooted and what? And grounded in love. Go ahead.
May be able to comprehend with all the saints what is the breadth and the length and the depth of and height.
Yeah, you know what is the breadth, the length, and the depth, height of this truth.
This truth, yes.
Because remember Apostle Paul saying there's level to this thing. And he was saying it through the Spirit. So if when you walk after the Spirit, you will begin to comprehend and understand the length, the breadth, the height, the level of this thing, and know your place in this thing. Can? Go ahead.
And to know the love of Yahweh, which passeth knowledge, that he might be filled with.
Yeah, when he said which part? Knowledge of what? Knowledge of man. The love of Yahweh surpasses the knowledge of man. Because the man's knowledge is finite. The knowledge of Yahweh is infinite. Go ahead.
That he might be filled with all the fullness of Yahweh.
That you may be filled with all the fullness of Yahweh, which means that you will be baptized with the Holy Spirit and fire to the fullness. Go ahead.
To do exceedingly abundantly above all that we ask.
Read now unto him that is able.
Now unto him that is able to do exceedingly abundantly.
Who is him? Yahweh Shai, through Yahweh. You understand? He is able to do exceedingly abundantly above all that we ask or think. Well,
You have to rephrase that and you see that because he said, now unto him that is able to do exceedingly abundantly above all that we ask.
yeah, who is him? Yahweh.
or
Bashim
think.
Yahushai. Well,
That you see what he's saying is when you're filled with that spirit,
yeah.
you think that you'll never really do that.
Beautiful, but like I say, it's through him.
Yeah, well, through him, yeah.
Through- because you being
what
filled-
he's saying, when you're filled with that,
You're right. What he's saying there is you being filled with the Spirit.
yeah,
Go ahead.
that you'll be, when you say no, and to know that the love of Yahweh, which passeth knowledge,
They say if once you know the love of Yahweh that passes
Knowledge.
that passes knowledge. What knowledge? The knowledge of man. That ye might be filled with the fullness of Yahweh. What is
that
fullness?
you might be filled with
What is the fullness of Yahweh?
all
Bashim
the
Yahushai?
fullness of Yahweh.
Being furnished with His word. And what is the word? Is what the baptism of the Spirit. My word is Spirit and it is life. Now unto Him, who is the Him? Yahweh, Bashim Yahushai, that is able to do exceedingly abundant above all that we, that is we the finite one. He's the infinite one. Above all that we ask, all that we ask or think, according to the power that worketh in us. So it's all about mortifying the inner man or glorifying the inner man. Letting the inner man have preeminence over the outer man. Read. Go ahead.
Right.
Verse 21.
But unto him be glory in the church by Christ, by Yahweh Master, throughout all ages,
Right.
world without end.
Oh, what we mean by world without end? Our world without
Without
end.
end, yes.
Let me go to Romans 11:36. And you give me 2 Peter you give me 2 Peter. No, 1 Peter 5:11. Yeah, this is Romans 11:36. For of him and through him, to him are all things, and to whom be glory forever and ever. Amen. So what Paul is actually saying, without him we are nothing. There is nothing that none of us can boast and say is me, is my ability. It was never your ability. It is never your ability. It's him. So all glory and honor and praise and worship goes to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakah.
Amen.
That is how we go. Bring on the scripture.
First Peter.
Yeah, first, that's all. I'm not going to get it. 5, I think 5 and where was it? Ephesians. Hold on. I'm not get it. Yeah, First Peter 5 and 11. And 11. First Peter 5 and 11.
Right.
Go ahead.
To him be glory and dominion forever.
Yeah, go ahead.
And ever.
Go ahead.
Amen.
Go ahead.
By Silvanus, a faithful brother unto you, as I suppose I have written briefly, exhorting and testifying that this is the true grace of Yahweh, wherewith he stand, that the church that is in Babylon elect together with you, saluted you, and to do marvelous by my son.
No. Salute you and so
Do it
do
marvelous.
Marcus.
Yeah, Marcus, but my son.
Where
Greet one another.
So you know
Greet ye one another.
what Paul said? We greet one another, whether you're from America, England, wherever. Greet the brothers in England, greet the brothers in Jamaica, greet the brothers in. You understand? And Paul said, I salute them. That is why he says, that is why when Brother God say, they say salutation to the brothers all over the world. Because Paul said, salute the brothers that are doing this and commend them for the works they're doing all over the world. For the marvelous works they're doing through Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. So like I'm saying, it's not something that any man can boast.
No.
But if we boast in Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. We boast in Him, not of ourselves. Because we are just a bunch of niggas in the street, in the world just like them. But we was called out of the darkness into what? Into this marvelous light. Well, finish it up.
Greet one another with a kiss of charity.
Where's the kiss? I embrace. Well,
peace be with you all and are in Yahweh Mashiach. Amen.
So Paul saying, peace be with you all that are in the Mashiach. Amen. Until He come.
Right.
So with this little edification, I hope this gospel, this lesson was edifying to the elect. You understand? Not only JMS Prophetic Vibration, but all the brothers, all the 3 camps in Trinidad, and all brothers all through the Caribbean who hear this video now. Let us walk in the Spirit, with our with our heart, which is our mind, earnestly. You understand? Preparing ourselves for the coming of the Hamashiach. And with that, I say, Kal Halayam, La Alahaya Lawa, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors again to the apostles of Great Millstone that rule well. Salutation to all the brothers all over the world, which is true. And until that day when the Hamashiach come, we say Shalom, 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 Shalom. And God out.